Hi everyone, and thanks for being with me. Well, the debate for the biggest dickhead in this world has taken place, and we've had two dickheads present their case. And I would suggest, as sad as this is for me to say, that Trump won, because Biden looks weak and pathetic, and I don't understand what's happening for the Democrats Party. I just saw Gavin Newsom on CNN talking about the fact that the Democrats must get behind Biden regardless of the outcome here, and that they must support him in whichever way they can because of all the good things that he's done. Look, mate, Gavin, you should be the one that should be standing for president, not Joe Biden. That it is a disgrace to view your great country as the failing state that it is. It's appalling. It's a disgrace. You all should be embarrassed to think that you've got one man who is just a crazy lunatic who says a whole lot of crap that no one believes, that, well, some people do, clearly his supporters do, but that's an amoral individual. On the other hand, you've got a relatively principled individual in Joe Biden who just looks weak and pathetic. And I think it's about time the American people woke up to the fact that you're looking more and more hopeless, helpless, and powerless than any country on this planet. And if Trump gets in, it will be a disaster. If Biden is re-elected, at least I guess there'll be some sort of sanity within your political system. But at the moment, it just looks like you're fucked. And that why in the hell you couldn't have selected somebody for the for the Democratic Party that was intellectual, who was able to articulate the case in a way that people would understand, that could attack appropriately, who was able to put words together without fumbling, without misspeaking, and so on. Biden looked woeful. But this is upon you. This is not anything we here in Australia need to worry about. The fact that you're a stuffed nation and that you can't develop a candidate either way who has credibility. It would have even been more encouraging, I guess, if you'd been able to develop a Republican candidate who was empathetic and understanding. That would have been a step in the right direction, and certainly would have consolidated any win that you wanted as a Republican. But we've got this binary choice between, or you've got this binary choice, I haven't, but you've got this choice between two people who one wonders whether either of them are suited to the job. If I had my choice, I'd still choose Biden because at least his administration seems relatively sound, whereas Trump just wishes to rip the whole thing up and would be an absolute disaster. But nevertheless, in terms of who these two men are, Biden just came across looking weak, pathetic, without any sense of energy, without even being able to articulate what he's done in the past that has benefited the American people in an appropriate way. Too much attacking of each other, conversation about who's the best golfer. Who gives a shit? Obviously, Trump does because he thinks he's the best golfer in the world. And why even engage in that debate? And why engage in this attacking debate anyway? Why not just, forget about what the other person has said about you and just discuss the issues? The questions were relevant. I thought that Jake and Dana did a good job, but these guys refused to answer the questions, and particularly Trump. They didn't come back at Trump either and ask him to articulate what he thought about those particular questions, because Trump wouldn't have any idea anyway about any of those issues in terms of a policy sense. And that was the disappointing thing, that in terms of policy, neither of them offered all that much, because for most of it, they were just fighting amongst themselves. It was an absolute waste of time, an embarrassment to the American people. And if I was living in America now or an American citizen, I would be embarrassed to think that this is who we're putting up to represent us. An absolute disgrace. I'd be interested to know what you think in the comments below. Also, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell for further notifications. But the question I'm asking is the US a spent force? Are they done with? Is it time that we all started to acknowledge that the US is not the power that it used to be, regardless of its military force and its economic power? It still is not, because it is unable. It is unable to choose at least one person, one reasonable person, to be President of the United States. Let me know what you think down below. In the meantime, take care, look after yourselves, and more importantly, be safe.